It is a new era in Portland. Damian Lillard is gone, and the Trailblazers have completely moved on and starting over, kind of. And we'll get to that and what I mean by that in a little bit, but let's go over this roster. Obviously, Damian Lillard being traded. They get in return a bunch of picks, which we'll look at in a bit. And then they also acquired Malcolm Brogdon in the trade with Jrue Holiday, and obviously DeAndre Ayton from the Phoenix Suns. In the offseason, they went ahead and signed Robert Williams. They re-signed Jeremy Grant, and obviously the big one was drafting Scoot Henderson with the third overall pick, right? So it's kind of, this team is really interesting because I don't think they're going to be bad next year. That's for sure. I think this is actually a good roster. But as far as building for the future and winning a championship, there's some big issues. One of them, obviously, you got to find a way to flip Brogdon at some point, right? Before his deal ends. It's another point guard that you don't need. So I'm not really sure. I feel like there's going to be a move with Brogdon here soon. Because I don't know what you do with him. Like, are they going to start him if they do start the season with him? And bring Scoot off the bench? I wouldn't be shocked if they did that. I don't think it's the right move, but I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know. It's a weird situation with him. Now, obviously, signing Jeremy Grant to the massive deal that they did, I disagreed with making that deal. I think it was kind of a desperation thing to try and keep Dame there. I don't know. I'm not really sure why they kept Jeremy Grant. I think Jeremy Grant's a good player. I don't think he's worth the contract that he has. And as a Nuggets fan, like, I know, like, Jeremy Grant's a really good player. Like, he was perfect in Denver during the bubble year, and he was a great addition. I really was upset when he decided to leave to Detroit. But obviously it worked out because the Nuggets got Aaron Gordon. But, like, Jeremy Grant's a really good, he's a really good, like, fourth or fifth piece, right? Like, on a championship team, he needs to be your fourth piece. Kind of similar to how AG is the Nuggets' third or fourth piece. You can kind of argue either way. But, like, that's what Jeremy Grant can be. It's just $30 million is a lot of money. And in Portland's situation, he's 29. I don't know. It doesn't really make a whole ton of sense. Portland does have a first-round pick technically. It's going to be Golden State's first-round pick that is top 4 protected, looks like. And I believe this is updated. Yeah, it should be updated. So I don't know why it's not popping up in the game. I tried to override and trade for it, but it wouldn't let me. So I don't know what's going on. So I guess we'll just remember if the Warriors have pick 5 and up in the first round, we will just go ahead and trade for it. But yeah, I did not realize the Blazers traded their 24 first round pick. That one is going to Chicago. Now it is technically protected. So, but again, I don't know if 2K is going to be like that detailed about it because it is like super detailed. Basically, it's protected. Let's see. Portland's first round pick to Chicago protected for selections 1 through 14 and 24, 25, 26, and 27, and 28. If Portland has not conveyed a first round pick to Chicago by 2028, then Portland will instead convey its 2028 second round pick to Chicago. So that was a trade in August of 2021. I really don't remember what trade that was. Let me know in the comments below if you guys know. But yeah, so I guess what we'll do is if we have a top 14 pick, we will go to Chicago and get that. Oh, it is lottery protected. Okay, so okay, so yeah, we should get it if we're in the lottery then, and we'll get the Warriors pick as well when we're able to. So I think that'll be fine. That should work out. And let's go ahead and actually look for a deal for Malcolm Brogdon. For me right now, I want to play Simons. I want to play Shaedon Sharpe. I don't want to lessen Brogdon's value by not playing him at all or playing him limited minutes. So let's go find somebody. I'm going to look for probably a first round pick if anyone's willing to. The Clippers are interesting. We do have to take on Norman Powell's 3-year, $57 million deal, though, which I don't love. So that's not great. Don't want Clint Capella for this team right now. Don't want Miles Bridges. 28 first round pick with the Cavs. Swap best with the Jazz and get John Collins. Again, we're kind of... I mean, John Collins is interesting, but we're kind of filled there. I don't think that really makes sense. Okay. I don't really love any of these. And yeah, for me, I kind of just want a pick. So you know what? Let's go with this Norman Powell pick or trade. And we will just bring Norman Powell off the bench and probably just move him in the offseason. But he could be just a good bench guy for us. So that should be fine. I think that's really going to be the only trade that I make right away. And let's get these rotations set. All right, so this will be the rotation here. We're going to go Scoot Henderson at the 1, Simons at the 2, Grant at the 3, Robert Williams at the 4, and DeAndre Ayton at the 5. I thought about putting Shaedon Sharpe at the 2 and bringing Simons off the bench. The reason why is because that would just give us a little bit more defense and a little bit more size at the 2 guard position, because obviously Simons is only 6'3", and I don't love the 2 small guard thing, and it didn't work with Dame and McCollum. I don't know. I don't love doing that, but like we gotta start Simons. Like he's getting paid like a starter. He's only 24. He averaged 21. Like he's a really good player, and I just feel stupid bringing him off the bench. And I mean, we're not gonna bench Jeremy Grant. What we could do, I guess technically, is move Grant to the 3, put Sharpe at the, or move Grant to the 4, put Sharpe at the 3. But again, then we're really small, right? Because Sharpe is only 6'5". So we're gonna bring Shaedon Sharpe off the bench. He's gonna play 26 minutes, and Matisse Thybulle, Chris Murray, who I really like. I think he's a really good player, and then Norman Powell off the bench. But Chris Murray, the hope is that he replaces Jeremy Grant. Like that is long term. That is that goal. So, yeah, let's go ahead with this rotation and see how the season goes. John Morant wins MVP, 32 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists per game. Rookie of the Year goes to Scoot Henderson. All right, so we beat out Victor Wembanyama. That's the first time I've seen that happen. Wembanyama averaged 16, 9, and 2 blocks per game, where Scoot, he averaged 20 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, and a steal per game. Shot 47% from the field, 75% from the free throw line, and 30% from 3. Chris Paul, 6th Man of the Year. Giannis, DPOY. Most improved is Paul Reed, and clutch player is Trae Young. On the All-NBA first team, we got Ja, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, and Embiid. Second team, Shea, Trae, James Harden, LaMelo Ball, and LeBron James. Tatum, Booker, Randall, Steph, and Butler on the third team. No Blazers on the defensive teams. And then on the all-rookie first team, we've got Scoop, obviously, who won Rookie of the Year. Chet averaged 12 and 8. Brandon Miller, who was the second overall pick, averaged 16, 5, and 3. And then Amin Thompson averaged 11, 3, and 4 for the Houston Rockets. Chris Murray on the second team averaged 4 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. Interesting. The 4 boards, 3 assists. Pretty good. Didn't shoot the ball well, but it's per 36, 9, 8, and 6. So if we can get him shooting the ball better, I mean, that 8 board, 6 assists, that's looking really good. So I'm really hoping that Chris Murray can kind of eventually take Jeremy's spot. And we're the 4 seed? Okay. Well, our pick will be going to Chicago. That's fine. And then we will be getting Golden State's pick as well. So let's go ahead. Oops, I did not mean to simulate the playoffs there. We're up 2-0 over the Portland Trailblazers. Scoot Henderson had an amazing game 2, averaging 25, 7, and 4 in the playoffs. DeAndre Ayton put up 32 and 15. He's having a great postseason, 27 and 12 per game. I think he's a really good fit with Portland. I'm really happy that DeAndre Ayton kind of got out of Phoenix. I just don't think they used him how they should have. And if they use him more as a post guy and, give him more opportunities, I think he'll be a better player. Maybe his averages don't go up or anything like that, but I just think in general, he fits better with Portland. And in the playoffs so far, he is dominating. And then Anthony Simons on the year, 21 a game, 4 assists in the playoffs, 19 and 7 per game. Norman Powell off the bench, averaging 12. Jeremy Grant, averaging just 16 points per game in the regular season, averaging 13 in the playoffs. Shaedon Sharpe, who averaged 11 in the regular season, 4 boards, basically 1 assist, is averaging 17 points in the playoffs and 4 rebounds. And then you got Matisse Thybulle, averaging 9 points a game. Chris Murray, averaging a couple points in the playoffs. And then Robert Williams, who didn't score in game 2, is averaging 2 points and 14 rebounds in the playoffs, averaged 6 and 10 in the regular season. So let's go ahead and adjust our rotation here. Scoot is playing great. I'm going to lower Jeremy Grant's minutes, actually. I'm going to bump up Henderson, Simons, and then I'm going to bump up Ayton here in a bit. Let's actually bring down Thybulle to 16. We'll keep Murray. Actually, no. Let's bring Murray down to 12. We'll put Norman Powell down to 12 as well. And we'll put Thybulle down to 12, actually. And then Shaedon will go down to like 24. And then the starters are obviously just going to play a lot more in general. Scoot, Simons, they're going to play 40. DeAndre's going to play 40. And then actually we'll give Shaedon Sharpe his minutes back. So we're going to focus on Scoot, Simons, and DeAndre Ayton playing well here in the playoffs. And they're the 3 that are playing the best out of the group. So let's go ahead and get into game number 3 here, where we will go ahead and just simulate. OKC does win game 3 at home. Isaiah Joe had 31, Shea with 22, 6 and 6. Scoot had 26, 4 and 6. Jeremy Grant had 18. DeAndre Ayton had 17 and 14. No other players in double figures, though. Anthony Simons got to play better. On to game 4. OKC will tie up the series. Shea with 35, 4 and 10. Holmgren with 18 and 13. DeAndre Ayton with 25, 11. Simons with 21. Sharpe with 21. But then Scoot doesn't play well. So a bit inconsistent with everyone. We need everyone to put a good game together. We win game 5, take a 3-2 lead. Simons with 29, 4 and 6. Jeremy Grant with 27 and 8. DeAndre Ayton with 22 and 9. Scoot with 18, 8 and 6. Powell with 10. Robert Williams with 8 and 8. Shaedon Sharpe with 8. And there we go. That's a good win. Like, well balanced. Everyone does their part. On to game 6, and we do win it. And we win a series against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Scoot Henderson with 25 points, 4 rebounds, 12 assists, and 2 steals. Simons with 20 and 3, and DeAndre Ayton with 19 and 14. Shaedon Sharpe with 19 as well. Robert Williams had 9 and 13 rebounds. So we will head to round 2 against the Memphis Grizzlies, who had the 1 seed. John Morant, Desmond Bane. They have Harrison Barnes, and who they traded for was Sacramento. Jaren Jackson, Steven Adams, Marcus Smart coming off the bench. Tillman, Brandon Clark. And Denver has a 7 seed, beat the Golden State Warriors. And they play the LA Lakers. It's so crazy how 2K just hates Denver in simulation. Like, they don't help them out at all. Although Jamal's looking good in the playoffs. Michael Porter only 17 a game in the regular season. Yeah, I mean, see, they're better than the 7 seed. I don't know, man. I don't get it. 29, 10, 11 for Jokic. So, anyways, moving on to round 2 and game 1 against the Memphis Grizzlies. We win. Wow. All right. Jeremy Grant with 31 and 5. Simons with 30 points and 9 assists. Scoot Henderson with 27, 9 and 5. DeAndre Ayton with 22 and 8. Shaedon Sharpe with 13. And we are headed to game 2, where Memphis does tie up the series. Jeremy Grant with 23, 16 for Scoot. Game number 3 goes to us. We win game 3 at home. Scoot with 29, 23 for Jeremy Grant. Simons with 21, 16 and 11 for DeAndre Ayton. And on to game 4, Memphis will tie up that series. 19 and 13 for Ayton. No one put up 20 points in this one. Ja Morant had 29 and 14. Game number 5, Memphis will win. The Lakers beat the Nuggets in 5. Won't happen in real life. And in the East, by the way, Philly's up 3-1 over Milwaukee. Boston was a 6 seed, but they sweep Atlanta to move to the Eastern Conference Finals. On to Game 6, and we tie up the series. Simons with 44. Goodness, 6 assists as well. Scoot with 22, 4, and 5. Jeremy Grant with 16. DeAndre Ayton with 15 and 13. And we are headed to Game 7 against the Memphis Grizzlies in Memphis. We have an early lead here after 1, down by 1, but a big second quarter. We lead it by 17 at the half, by 23 into the fourth quarter. Memphis trying to come back here, but it's going to be too little too late. We are on to the conference finals. What the heck is happening? I was not expecting this. As a 4 seed, we are on to the Western Conference Finals. We do play the LA Lakers with D'Angelo, Austin Reeves, LeBron, Jared Vanderbilt, AD, Hashimura, Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince is there, Christian Wood obviously there, Cam Reddish. They have a decent amount of depth this year. And then, but we do have injuries off, so, whatever. Philly is the 1 seed, and they move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. They beat Milwaukee in 6, and Boston only lost 2 games in round 1, didn't lose any against Atlanta in round 2. So on to the Western Conference Finals. We win game 1 over the LA Lakers. Scoot with 42 points, 7 assists. DeAndre Ayton with 20 and 8. Game number 2, LA will win. 30 points, 13 rebounds for AD. Scoot with 21, 4, and 5. DeAndre Ayton with 17 and 10. On to game 3, the Lakers will win. Jeremy Grant with 26, 20 for Simons, 13 for Scoot Henderson, 12 for Shaedon Sharpe. And now on to game 4. We tie up the series. By the way, Boston just swept Philly. Good Lord. Okay. Wow. Game 4, Scoot had 29. We won it 121 to 107. Ayton had a really good game. Simons with 19, 13, and 10 for Robert Williams. Game number 5 will go to the LA Lakers. LeBron with 25, 10, and 7. Jeremy Grant with 24. Scoot with 23 and 6. 14 and 15 for DeAndre Ayton. And now on to game 6. And we win it. We are headed to another game 7. Anthony Simons with 30 points. Sharpe with 24. Scoot with 23 and 5. DeAndre Ayton with 20 and 17. What if we win the finals in year 1? I mean, we'll do another year, but this is kind of insane. On to game 7. And Portland with an early lead, up by 5. The Lakers trying to come back, but another huge second quarter. The Lakers, though, had a big third quarter. They lead the fourth by 6 here. We are holding on to a 2-point lead. And now down to a minute 27. We're up by 7. And we're pulling away. We're going to make the NBA Finals in year 1. And DeAndre Ayton will win a Western Conference MVP. Western Conference Finals MVP. 19 points per game. 13 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a block. Shooting 48% from the field. Not great. Tatum won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. 31, 7, and 7. 2 steals and a block. And we are on to the NBA Finals. I'm kind of shocked. Not going to lie. I was not expecting to make it to the NBA Finals in year 1. I don't think we win it. But I guess you never know. Jrue Holiday, obviously, who Portland traded and flipped, sent to Boston. He's starting at point guard, averaging 16, 4, and 6 in the playoffs. Jaylen Brown averaging 26, 7, and 3. We saw Tatum's numbers. He's averaging 29, 8, and 5 in the playoffs. Porzingis averaging 20 and 8. And Al Horford averaging 7, 5, and 4 in the playoffs. Derek White coming off the bench for them. And he's averaging 10, 3, and 3. So here we go. Game 1 in the NBA Finals. Portland with an early lead. We have home court advantage, by the way, because Boston did not have a good record in the regular season. And they crush us. No, not crush us, but they beat us pretty good. 118-103. Jeremy Grant with 24 and 5. Scoot with 25 and 9. Simons with 16. Ayton with 10 and 8. Jaylen Brown, though, had 30. Tatum had 27. So we lose game number 1. On to game 2. We got to win game 2 at home, man. Big first quarter. And Boston trying to come back here. We're up by 10 with 11 minutes to go in the fourth. Only up by 8 now. Can we just hold on here and win this thing? Looks like we will. 136 to 131. Boston made it close at the end. Simons with 42, 4 and 5. Scoot with 29, 6 and 6. Jeremy Grant with 18 and 5. And DeAndre Ayton with 13 and 10. We are on to game 3 in Boston. And the Celtics with a 2-point lead after another massive second quarter. Now 2.5 minutes go, up by 19, and that will do it. We win at 137 to 119. DeAndre Ayton with 37 and 10. Simons with 31 and 10. Scoot with 17, 4 and 8. Norman Powell had 17. Jeremy Grant with 14. And we have taken a 2-1 series lead. On to game 4. Boston trying to tie up the series. Are we really going to win the NBA Finals in year 1? That would be kind of insane. We're losing by 7 with 7 minutes to go. And we've tied the game up with 4.5. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. A 1-point lead, now a 2-point lead. Boston has tied it. 1:36. Let's jump in. 1.5 minutes to go. Robert Williams will pass it into Simons. And Simons will hold it. Williams with the pick. And nice pass to Robert Williams. And that will give Portland a 2-point lead once again. 1:20 to go. Tatum loses it. DeAndre Ayton recovers it out to Sharp, to Grant. Jeremy Grant will put it up. That's a bad shot. He gets it back, though. And Jeremy Grant will give the Trailblazers a 4-point lead. 107-103. 1 minute to go. Tatum drives right. Nice Euro step, and he'll lay it up and in. A lot of scoring here in 30 seconds. Portland's still up by 2. Simons will bring it up. In Boston, Portland trying to take a 3-1 series lead. Simons hits from 3. 110-105. The Trailblazers have a 5-point lead. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe that we are going to go up 3-1 in the NBA Finals in year 1. This is insane. Now, I think when I did my video with the Celtics, I think Portland was in the NBA Finals. I'm pretty sure, right? Or was that the Milwaukee one? I can't remember right now, but this is incredible. Tatum driving, tough shot, no good. Shaedon Sharp with the rebound. And Boston may want to foul. No! Simons wide open. What a pass from Shaedon Sharp. Simons with another layup will give Portland a 7-point lead. Tatum driving right, lays it up and in. 33 seconds to go, but this one might be over. We win at 112-110. Tatum with 29 and 10. Brown with 23 and 7. Scoot with 21 and 8. Simons with 20 points, 18 for Sharp. Robert Williams with 16 and 10. DeAndre Ayton 16 and 21. Had 3 steals and a block. And the Trailblazers have taken a 3-1 series lead in the NBA Finals here in year number 1. On to game number 5. Portland with an early lead. And it looks like we're just going to pull away. And we're going to win an NBA championship in year number 1. And that will do it. The Blazers win game 5. And they beat the Boston Celtics in 5 games and are NBA champions in year 1. 2K Sim is very weird. It is very, very odd. And apparently 2K loves what Portland has done. Chauncey Billups is now an NBA champion. And the Trailblazers just came out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, look, NBA 2K simulation is pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. Like when they have the Nuggets as a 7 seed and they have the Trailblazers winning a championship. They have Philly beating Milwaukee. That will never happen. It's just weird. We'll do more. I was planning on doing more than 1 year, so we will do more than 1 year and see if we can turn the Blazers into a dynasty. Obviously, Scoot's gonna get better. Simons will get better. Shaedon Sharpe will get better. DeAndre Ayton's gonna get better. I mean, Ayton's what, only 25? Scoot Henderson is gonna win Finals MVP as a rookie. The first rookie to win Finals MVP since Magic Johnson did it in 1979? Absolutely insane. Scoot with 36, 4, and 6 in the closeout game. Jeremy Grant with 23, 22, and 18 for DeAndre Ayton. Simons with 18 and 9, and Robert Williams with 13 and 10. In the finals, Scoot Henderson averaged 24.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Shot 45% from the field, 34% from 3, 81% from the free throw line, and he's an NBA champion as a rookie. Absolutely bonkers. Chris Paul retires. Kyle Lowry will retire as well. Kevin Love, JaVale McGee, Jeff Green. And obviously Chris Paul is the only Hall of Famer. And I guess we'll let's see, all games will have 4 timed quarters in regulation, huh? What? All games will have 4 timed quarters in... Duh? We'll have 4 timed... What? I don't know. I'm just going to reject it and just keep everything the same. I don't know what that means. Anyways, okay. Well, we'll have the Warriors pick. The Rockets have a bunch of picks here. The Spurs, goodness, every pick has been traded. This is absolutely insane. Chaos. All right, let's see who gets the number 1 overall pick here. Toronto will win the lottery. Washington at 2. OKC via Houston at 3. Rockets at 4 via Brooklyn. The Hornets at 5. And then we will get the Warriors pick, which apparently is going to the Celtics right now. So we'll take that pick because that does technically belong to us. And our pick will be headed to Chicago. So I'll make sure we have Golden State's pick. I mean, it's the 28th pick, so it's not like an amazing draft pick, but we'll take it. And I don't even know what to do now. Like, we won a championship in year 1. It's absolutely insane. Okay, so we're going to make a trade here. We're going to move up in the draft and grab the 13th overall pick. We're going to trade a future 2026 first-round pick that's top 3 protected. And we're going to get TJ McConnell in return. Doesn't really matter. He's on a 1-year deal. We're going to send out Norman Powell and just get a little bit younger. We're going to have to replace some guys in the future. So want to still stack up on draft picks. I might try to trade up again, but we'll see. Depending on what happens here in the draft. But I do have the 2024 draft class up. And obviously, we're not going to get into the top 10. The top 5, more than likely. But grabbing another, like, bigger wing, I think, is an option here. So with the number 1 overall pick, DJ... Whoa. What the heck? DJ Wagner went number 2? Are you serious? I was thinking about... He went number 1! Man, I was gonna take DJ Wagner at 13. Good lord. Alright, what is this simulation, man? This video is just wild today. Yeah, so DJ Wagner goes 1. Justin Edwards, who should have went 1, he goes 2. I'm kind of stunned. Yeah. I don't even know what to do now. Ron Holland goes 4. Alexander Sarr, he goes to the Hornets. Okay. So there is going to be a trade here. The Rockets will take Aaron Bradshaw. Obviously, like, we're so early on in the year that it's really hard to say, like, how good these players will be, obviously, right? They haven't played in college or in the G League, so we really don't know anything about these guys. But I'm kind of surprised. Isaiah Collier probably should have went where DJ Wagner went. Man, I should have moved up, actually. I wasn't really thinking about him. Kind of wish we would have got him. That sucks. So we are up here. What do we do? Donovan Cleveland kind of makes sense. We don't necessarily need a center, but he gives us more size. He's a good defender. Oh man, it's just he can't shoot. We do need a backup point guard, and Tyrese Proctor actually makes a lot of sense if we do. Oh man, I mean, we might just go Proctor here. Yeah, we need a backup point guard more than a backup center, I think. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll go Proctor here. 6'5" out of Duke. I really like him. I think he's a solid player. So weird draft. Ron Holland is the best rated player. He's a 79 overall. But yeah, I don't really understand why DJ Wagner went number 1. That really sucks because I was hoping that he would drop to us. And I'm kind of bummed that I didn't really realize that Isaiah Collier was still around. We could have gotten Collier. That's fine though. We'll go with Tyrese Proctor. It works out. And it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing in the world. So, I mean, look, we just won a championship. So like, whoop-de-doo. Like, whatever. It's fine. That works out. And then, with our 28th pick, we picked Kwame Evans. Just another wing to have, and we'll keep Dylan Mitchell. And do I want to? You know what? Let's just sign everybody. Obviously, some guys are gonna have to be let go, but we'll figure it out. With that, obviously, we're bringing back Shaedon Sharpe as LeBron declines his option. Kawhi, Paul George, Drew Holiday, and OG Anunoby all decline their player options. And let's take a look at this roster and just see kind of what we need. I mean, we don't need a whole lot. Our starting 5 is solidified, right? We got Scoot, Simons, Jeremy at the 3 for now. I'll probably look to move him later on. Robert at the 4 and DeAndre at the 5. Off the bench, obviously, the big one is going to be Shaedon Sharpe. And then Proctor will be a big piece. I mean, I don't know. Do we even have money? I doubt it, right? I don't think we have really anything here. Yeah, we have a mid-level. Okay, so I went ahead and signed Thomas Bryant as a backup center. And we're going to go ahead and just see what we can get for TJ McConnell. And we could trade. I don't want to trade our pick next. Well, I mean, we might as well. No, we can't trade it because we traded our previous. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, we don't have a 2026 pick right now. Okay. Let's just throw in our 2028 and just see what we can get. Maybe we can get a first. We can get Brandon Clark would actually be kind of nice to have. I know I just signed Thomas Bryant, but Brandon Clark would be better. That's interesting. Bogdanovich. I don't know. I mean, what if we did just go ahead and pull the trigger on trading Jeremy Grant right now? Okay, so we're just gonna make this deal. We're gonna take OKC's 26th first round pick and 27th first round pick for TJ McConnell in 28. Our first round pick in 28. We don't really need TJ McConnell. I'd rather have first round picks here for the near future. And yeah, I think we're pretty much good. Like I said, there's not a lot of changes. I mean, just winning a championship, like, there's nothing really that we necessarily need to do. I think at some point I do want to move on from Jeremy Grant, but we'll probably just run it back one more year. That's fine. Simons goes up to an 85. DeAndre into an 86. Scoots up to an 82. Shaedon Sharpe's up to an 82. And, like, I really just want to start Shaedon Sharpe too, but we'll just give him starter minutes coming off the bench. And, yeah, we need to develop Proctor. We need to develop Murray. Those are the two big ones, and get them more playing time. But this team's really good already. We were coming off of winning the championship. Like, I don't know. I like, in my mind, like, I was gonna make bigger moves. Go for a top 3, top 5 pick. But now it's just like, all right, let's just run it back, see if we can win it again. All right, so this will be the rotation. Same starting 5: Scoot, Simons, Grant, Robert Williams, DeAndre Ayton. And then off the bench, we'll go Shannon Sharpe, who's going to be the 6th man. We're going to put Chris Murray as a 7th guy, getting 20 minutes. We lower Thibel's minutes. And yeah, we're going to go with a 10-man rotation. I like having a backup center with Thomas Bryant. So I think that's good. And let's see if we can go back-to-back. Luka wins MVP, averaging 31, 10, and 9. Justin Edwards is Rookie of the Year, 17, 9, and 2. See how some of the other rookies did. Isaiah Collier, who I probably should have moved up and got, averaged 15, 3, and 9. Ron Holland averaged 14, 6, and 2. Let's see, who else was I was thinking about drafting Donovan. 8 and 6 per game, nearly 2 blocks. Like, that would have been really nice to have. There's Tyrese Proctor averaging 9 points, 2 assists. His per 36 averaging 21, 3, and 5. Look, I'm more than happy with Proctor. I think he's a really good player. So, yeah, he'll be fine, especially as a backup point guard. Jaden Ivey wins 6th man of the year. Evan Mobley, DPOY. Jonathan Kuminga, most improved. Dame wins clutch player of the year. No one on the first team or second team for Portland, or third team. All right. No all NBA players. And then on the all defensive team, nobody. All right. Well, that's fun. Tyrese Proctor was on the all rookie second team, though. And we are the 5 seed. So a little bit worse than last year. Let's go ahead and look at the season stats here. DeAndre Ayton Simons led the team in scoring, 21 points, 4 assists. Scoot, nearly 20 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Ayton averaged 18 and 11. Sharpe averaged 15, nearly 16 points, 4 rebounds. Jeremy Grant averaged 15 and 3. Proctor averaged 9 and 2. Chris Murray only averaged 6 points, 4 boards, and 3 assists. Really need him to improve. That's a big one. Robert Williams averaged 15 and 9. But there may be some changes. Obviously, some guys that are definitely that we can upgrade, right? Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams are probably the 2 big ones. So maybe we look to change some things there. But at this point, I mean, it's still we're waiting on Simons, Sharpe, and Scoot to really develop, and Chris Murray and Proctor, right? So like, they're the future. The fact that we won in year 1, it just makes everything a little bit weird. Denver's the 1 seed. Jamal Murray, Cody Williams averaged 7, 3, and 2. Interesting. Norman Powell, MPJ's coming off the bench. What is happening? It's very odd. Not sure what's going on in Denver. But hey, they're the 1 seed. Anyways, we are the 5 seed playing the 4-seeded Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, Moses Moody, Andrew Wiggins, Kuminga, Kevin Looney, Gabe Vincent coming off the bench with Rui. Okay, interesting team. And let's go ahead and sim game by game here. We win game 1, and game 2 we will lose. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 we will take a 3-1 series lead, and Golden State will make it 3-2, and we'll win that series in 6 games. On to, wow, the Lakers beat the Nuggets in round 1. So we should be able to win this round against the Lakers. Lakers win game 1. We win game 2. Game 3 goes to Portland. Game 4 goes to Portland. And can we just finish it up? Yep, we can finish it up in 5. And we will be playing the Phoenix Suns, the 3-seeded Phoenix Suns. Isaiah Collier. Oh, that's right. Wow. That was a hell of a pick for Phoenix. That's crazy. They have Bradley Beal, who's coming off the bench. Clint Capella. This team's insane. We're not beating this team. This team is absolutely insane. All right. Well, okay. Orlando is in the Eastern Conference Finals. Paolo Banchero averaging 25, 5, and 5 in the playoffs. And then Boston, once again, is back. Let's go and actually... I forgot to change some of these minutes here. And looks like it actually got changed. That's why. The CPU changed a bunch of crap. Okay, so that's why certain guys didn't do as well as I thought they would do. All right, well, let's edit this. All right, so this is what the rotation is going to look like. 40 minutes apiece for Scoot, Simons. Aiden's going to get 38. 28 for Grant and Williams. And then Sharp will be getting 30. And then Thibault, Proctor, and Chris Murray all getting 12 minutes. So we're not shortening it to 8-man. We're still going to go with a 9-man rotation. I was thinking about going with an 8-man. But let's see what happens. Game 1, we win. Game number 2, Phoenix will win. Game 3 goes to Phoenix. Game 4 goes to Phoenix. Oh, boy. And Game 5, we weren't beating that team. That team's absolutely insane. Devin Booker, 32, 5, and 8, is the Western Conference Finals MVP. And Tatum wins the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And the Phoenix Suns win the NBA Finals with Booker averaging 37, 6, and 7. LeBron retires and is obviously a Hall of Famer. Shocker. That one's stunning. And we'll head to the draft lottery. I don't think we'll have any possibilities here. No, we will not, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and sim it. And wow, the Rockets will have, wow, look at that. The Spurs have picks 1 and 2. The Rockets have picks 3 and 4. That's insane. And we're at 25. Okay. We're at 25. Maybe we make a move here. I think this is the time to kind of not really rebuild per se, but blow it up, get something else for Jeremy Grant, and maybe we can move up in the draft. Okay, so we're going to give up a lot here, but I think this could work. And let's see if okay, you're asking me to give away valuable assets. When none of the assets I get back nearly. Okay, so... Oh, wow. Okay, so that went through. Shoot. All right, so we're going to have the number 2 overall pick. I will go ahead and show you guys what I just traded. If it will let me... No, I don't think it will. So let me go to the Spurs here. So the Spurs had picks 1 and 2. And I wanted to make a splash here. They don't need both picks, all right? So we gave them Jeremy Grant, who we're moving on from, and they could use a veteran wing. So I thought that was actually a good fit for them to pair alongside Wembanyama. They're young, but they can add a really good wing and a defensive guy for them. They're going to be really good next year. And we also sent them a bunch of picks. So we sent them pick 25. We sent them a future first from we sent them the OKC picks that we got in that trade earlier that we made. I can't remember what that was right now. And then we gave them another pick. I don't think we gave them any picks that were technically ours, which is hilarious, other than the 25th overall pick. So yeah, basically we gave up a bunch of future firsts that weren't ours, and we went ahead and are grabbing the 2nd overall pick. They are taking Cooper Flagg, which is a fantastic pick for them. And we will be taking Ace Bailey. 6'9". He's going to fit perfectly into this lineup. And he's going to be our Jeremy Grant replacement. We're going to look to actually flip and move on from Robert Williams here as well. And we opened up a bunch of money. So that was a big thing too, right? We didn't bring in any new contracts. So we opened up a ton of money getting rid of Jeremy Grant. We're bringing in Ace Bailey, a young player that I really like, really excited for him to be on the team. And okay, good. The computer signed him. Let's go ahead and accept. Okay, Thibault accept. Okay, I'm going to look to move Thibault as well. And we're going to go ahead and just bring everyone back. We're going a little bit backwards, but we're also going backwards to go forwards here. Qualifying offer to Jabari Walker. Yeah, sure, why not? That's fine. And then let's see how much money we have. I doubt we'll have a lot. No, we have 13. But we can move on from some of these other contracts as well and open up maybe a little bit of money. Okay, so we flipped Robert Williams for Marcus Smart, and I'm going to actually send now Marcus Smart over to Sacramento. We're going to take Keegan Murray. They want to offer him. He can fit in at the 4. So we'll have the Murray brothers, which is actually kind of cool. And we're going to also trade Thibault. We're going to bring in Sarge, who also we will, I mean, it's $3 million, so I'm not really worried about that. He's not going to play. And we save through all of that. We also save some money, I think. Not really, no. We just still have the mid-level. That's fine. Not really worried about it. So let's take a look at the roster here, all right? So obviously DeAndre Ayton at center. Simons will be the 2. Henderson will be the 1. So you got 1, 2, and 5 there. At the 3, we're going to go ahead and slide in Ace Bailey as a rookie. Will be playing at the 3. And then Keegan Murray at the 4. Sharp will be coming off the bench as our 6th man. And then it will be Proctor, Bryant, and Chris Murray will be the bench. So I'm happy with that. We're a really young team. Obviously with trading the veterans that we did have, but I think in the long run, we're going to be much, much better. Looking at player progression here, Simons is up to an 86. Henderson's up to an 85. Shaedon Sharpe is also up to an 85. Man, I would love to just start Shaedon Sharpe. That would be really nice. Keegan Murray's an 82. Proctor's up to a 78. Chris Murray's up to a 76. So, yeah, we're a young team, but man, we have a lot of guys in the 80s, basically, right now. So, we just, we need to keep improving and developing those young guys, and we'll be right back in the NBA Finals very soon. So this lineup is going to be super balanced, all right? We're going to start Scoot, and I'm going to start Shaedon at the 2. It's going to add more size and a little bit more defense to our starting lineup. We're going to bring Simons off the bench. He's still going to get 30 minutes a game. Ace Bailey is going to be at the 3. Keegan Murray at the 4 now. DeAndre Ayton at the 5. And then Simons, Proctor, Chris Murray, and Thomas Bryant coming off the bench. I think this is a really good group. We just need one of these guys developing to turn into a star, right? Like, we need Scoot to take that next level. Like, he kind of had a down year last year a bit. So, I mean, not really a down year. He shot the ball better. But we need a big improvement from Scoot. So, I'm hoping we get that this season. And hopefully he's an all-star for the first time. Luka wins another MVP, 29, 10, and 10. Ace Bailey wins Rookie of the Year. 16, 7, and 2, a steal, a block and a half, and that's what I wanted. I wanted the defense that he brings. We have scoring, right? We've got Scoot. We've got Simons. We've got Shaedon Sharpe. We needed a wing that could score. He shot 48% from the field, only 30% from 3. But a good defender, and that's what he is. De'Aaron Fox wins 6th Man of the Year with OKC. Okay. Evan Mobley wins DPOY. Charles Bassey, Most Improved. Coach Player of the Year is Luka. Jason Kidd, Head Coach of the Year. And no one on the 1st or 2nd or 3rd team. So we have a well-balanced team. I'm just going to say that. No one on the all-defensive teams as well. Obviously, Ace Bailey on the all-rookie 1st team. Cooper Flagg also averaged 14, 7, and 2. And he had a good defensive year as well. And we are the 9th seed. Oh, boy. Did not expect that. I thought we were going to be much better than that. That's unfortunate. Obviously, we got rid of some of our vets, so we kind of went backwards there. Scoot isn't improving as much as I want him to be. His shooting numbers just aren't improving, man. Like, he's just been the same player all 3 years. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. DeAndre Ayton, 17 and 10. Keegan Murray, only 10, 5, and 2. Shaedon Sharpe, 17 and 4. Shaedon Sharpe's amazing. You know what I might do? Man, I don't know. We're going to have to lean more on Shaedon Sharpe. Obviously, Bailey's going to get better next year. Simons, 17 a game, 4 assists. Shot a little bit better than last year, which is good. But really disappointing, unfortunately. Chris Murray shot the ball a little bit better, I guess. Proctor, 10 and 3, 48, 35. All right, well, that's unfortunate. We do have a play-in game, and we win it. So now, can we get the 7th seed over Denver? No, we can't. And, oh no, we were eliminated completely. Okay. That's right. We were the 9th seed. We're fighting for the 8th seed. That sucks. So we missed the playoffs. Was it a mistake getting rid of Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams this early? Maybe. But I think long-term, it was better for us. Jalen Green, who's now on the Utah Jazz, wins Finals MVP. LaMelo Ball won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And now we have a Jazz Hornets NBA Finals, and the Jazz sweep them. Jimmy Butler's on the Jazz. All right. That's 2K for you. We have a ton of free agents, and now I'm glad we moved on from Grant and Robert Williams, because we're gonna need this money. We're gonna cap hold Keegan Murray, and yeah, we're gonna see if maybe we could sign everyone. I don't know if it's possible. But we're gonna try. So we're gonna try and keep Keegan Murray as well, and then we'll wait on bringing Parker, and I think we can bring back everybody. But we're maxed out. Like we've gotta win like now, basically. So we'll see what happens. But looks like we should be able to sign everyone, and we do. So let's look at this roster and just see where we are at. We have 4 players at 86 or 87. And then Keegan Murray's an 82. Bailey's an 80 overall. He didn't improve as much as I wanted. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 guys, and we might actually just play Kwame Evans. So we brought back the 2 Mitchells, Dylan Mitchell and Mark Mitchell. So they are back as well. So we do have depth. It's not like we don't have depth. Scoot and Shaden are up to an 88. Ayton and Simons are probably done improving, honestly. They're maxed out probably to an 86. Ace Bailey's up to an 82, so that's good. Keegan Murray's an 82. Proctor's up to an 81. Chris Murray's up to a 79. So depth-wise, I think we're much better this year. We need Scoot or Shaden Sharp to like become a guy. Like at this point. Right, we need one of those guys. I need Scoot to get to where like I really thought he could get to. Luka wins MVP again, but this time with the Miami Heat. So he left Dallas. He's now with the Heat. 26, 8, and 8 this season. Zach Edey, some auto-generated player, wins Rookie of the Year. Dial wins 6th Man of the Year. Chet Holmgren wins a DPOY. Bronny James wins Most Improved, averaging 18, 4, and 9. All right. Darius Garland wins Clutch Player of the Year. Chauncey Billups wins Coach of the Year. I knew we just had to give it time. And we won 59 games. No one on the All-NBA first team, or second team, or third team. So we're keeping that trend going, apparently. And yeah, no awards for anyone. But we are the #1 seed, and we will play the Utah Jazz, the defending champions, who are the 8th seed. Interesting. Okay, Jaden Ivey's really good. Jalen Green, Jimmy Butler. Those 3 are phenomenal. We're going to have our hands full with our guards. A little worried about that because we don't have the best defenders at our guards, but we'll see what happens. Shaden Sharp averaged 18 a game. Scoot finally averaged more than 20 a game. 22, 5, and 7. And let's see his shooting percentages. 52, 35. Okay. That's an 85% from the free throw line. This is what I've been kind of waiting for. Shaden Sharp was really good again. He continues to improve, shooting 53, 45, 76 from the free throw line. Very good. Ace Bailey had a good year, 17, 7, and 2, shooting 52% from the field, only 32% from 3. So that needs to go up. DeAndre Ayton is shooting or putting up 17 a game, 10 rebounds, almost a block per game. Simons, 17 a game, 4 assists, and he shot better, finally, shooting 52, 42, 90. Proctor, 11 a game, 4 assists, 45, 30, and 90. Needed his 3-point shooting up as well. Keegan Murray, 8 and 4 per game. Man, was that a bad trade to go get Keegan Murray? I like Keegan Murray. He doesn't play well in 2K. Chris Murray, again, off the bench, solid. So, all right, well, let's see how we want to change up the rotation then, if certain guys aren't going to do what I really want them to do as far as shooting wise. So we're going to go with an 8-man rotation. And honestly, I'm actually thinking about putting in, I think Chris Murray is a better player. He shoots the ball better. Unless we went really small, we could go Scoot, Simons, Sharp, Bailey, Ayton, and have the Murrays come off the bench. I mean, it's not like Chris Murray is that big. Neither is it's just defensively, right? Simons is kind of a liability. Maybe not in this series, maybe later on. So I'm okay with this. I think Chris Murray is playing better, so we're going to actually bench Keegan Murray. But he'll still come off the bench and get some minutes here. And then Proctor will get like 16. Keegan will get 28. Simons will get 20. 28 for Simons. Ayton, we're going to go up to like 32. 30 for Chris Murray. Bailey's going to get 32. Sharp's going to get 34. Actually, okay. So let's give Sharp 38. Let's give Bailey 34 and give Simons 29. Actually, we'll give Simons 30. I think this is a good lineup here. So let's go with that. And game 1, or I guess we'll just simulate round 1. We're down 0-2 and we lose in 6 as the 1 seed. I swear, this game, when you have the 1 seed, you're cursed. Every 1 seed loses. It happened in the East too. You don't want to be the 1 seed in this game. You don't. They always lose. The simulation's broken in this game. The Jazz as an 8 seed will win the NBA Finals. Unbelievable. So the team is basically going to be the same. The exact same. Scoot is up to a 90. Shaedon Sharp's up to a 90. DeAndre Ayton's up to an 87. Ace Bailey's now up to an 86. So, yeah. I think that's your 4 right there, right? And then at the 4, I guess we're going to... I mean, shoot, maybe... No, we can't start Proctor. I mean, he is 6'5", though. Could we go small? Ace Bailey's at the 4. Sharp's at the 3. Proctor at the 1. And Scoot at the 2. Or I guess we could put Scoot at the 1. We might go with that, honestly. The Murrays aren't as good as I wanted them to be. Kwame Evans has really developed into a nice player, though. We have a ton of depth. It's kind of insane. We could use some of this depth to go get a legit 4. And replace the Murrays. I don't know. I mean, I like this. I like this team. We have a bunch of wings. We have a lot of versatility. We're not shooting the ball well. That's a big concern. And I really don't know who to go and get at the 4. I mean, is it DeAndre Ayton? I don't know, man. I think we give it another year. I like this group. All right, so I'm going to run it back one more year. Or maybe up to the trade deadline, and we'll see where we're at. And maybe we make a move at the deadline. Shai wins MVP with the Milwaukee Bucks, 27, 4, and 10. Wembanyama, DPOY. And Shai wins Clutch Player of the Year. No one on the first team or second team. Ace Bailey, though, is on the third team, averaging 21, 8, and 3. Shooting 52, 36, and 81. Okay, that 3-point percentage, much, much better. That's. I mean, it's not amazing, right? But it's definitely better. And he's on the all-defensive second team, which is huge. We are not the 1 seed. We are the 2 seed, though. And we just won game 1. But we finished with the same record. 59 wins. Houston must have been just slightly better. We can look at the standings here. They won 61 games. And obviously, we won 59. And we'll go ahead and look at the season stats here. Bailey was second on the team in scoring. Scoot was first, averaging 5 and 7. Scoot's shooting splits here. Again, I mean, it's better, but in the playoffs, he's just horrible. I mean, it's one game. 24 and 12 though, so we'll take it. But anyways, in the regular season, better. 52, 39, 84. That's where we want him. Shaden Sharp shooting 51, 40, and 80. Worse than last year, so that's a little bit disappointing. DeAndre Ayton 15 and 9. Simons 15 and 4. Proctor 12 points, 4.5 assists per game. Keegan Murray 7, 4, and 2. Kwame Evans is putting up the same numbers that Murray is getting. 16 less minutes though. Keegan Murray's awful. We're gonna have to, if we don't win this year, we're gonna have to move on from Keegan Murray. He is not good. Minutes wise, I don't want Keegan Murray playing. He's bad. He shot 40% from 3 this year, but he's not giving us anything. So what I'm going to do is, what do I want to do? You know what? We're going to start Proctor at the 1. And then we're going to put Scoot at the 2. So I feel like Proctor's a better point guard, even though he's bigger than Scoot. And then we're going to drop Keegan's minutes down to 16. And then, I guess we could just do 14, honestly. DeAndre will give 32. Bailey will give 30. We'll do 40. 36 is Sharp. 36 is Scoot. And actually, let's do 38 for Scoot and Bailey. We're going to go with this lineup. I think this is our best lineup. We're a bit small at the guard spot and at the 3. We're just small overall, I guess, but our shooting is much, much better if we go with this group. So let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Game number 2, we do win. Game 3, we will lose to Sacramento. Game 4, we take a 3-1 series lead, and we win in 5. Much, much better. Now we play the New Orleans Pelicans with Bronny James averaging in the playoffs 24, 5, and 12. That's insane. Zion's still on the team, 22, 8, and 4. They've got Chris Middleton, Kevin Huerter, Mara. Interesting. Okay. It's an interesting team. We should be able to beat them, though. They win game 1. We win game 2. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4, we take a 3-1 series lead, and we win in 5. And we are headed to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in a couple of years. The Rockets with Killian Hayes, Donovan Mitchell, Ron Holland, who was picked number 4 in that 2024 draft. They've got Jeremy, I can never remember how to say his last name. And then they got Bradshaw at center. Amin Thompson's coming off the bench. We should be able to beat them, man. Got Orlando and Charlotte in the East in the conference finals. We win game 1. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we win. And, we lose game 4. I thought that was going to be sweet. We lose game 5, guys. All right. We win, and we are on to the NBA Finals. Scoot Henderson wins Western Conference MVP. This is what I've been waiting for. 30 points a game, 7 rebounds, 6.7 assists, 2 steals, shooting 59% from the field, 44 from 3, 85 from the free throw line. Exactly what we want. LaMelo's been awesome as well. And we are headed on to the NBA Finals. And let's look at this team. Can we look at playoff numbers specifically? How do I look at that? Stats. Oh, playoff stats. There it is. And let's see. So Scoot is leading the team in scoring. This is what I wanted. 28, 6, and 8. Moving him to the 2, I think, was a big deal. Sharp averaging 21, 5, and 3. Bailey averaging 17, 9, and 3. Simons averaging 16 and 3. Ayton averaging 16 and 10. Proctor averaging 13 and 8. He's distributing. He's been a really good point guard for us. Yeah, that's what I want. This is awesome. All right. Game number 1 will go to the Hornets. All right. Game 2 goes to the Hornets. they might have home court advantage. I think they do. Game 3, we will win. Game 4, they will take a 3-1 series lead. You've got to be kidding me, man. Come on, guys. At home here, and they're blowing us out. Well, we're kind of coming back. We're down by 4. Down by 3. 3 minutes go down by 5. Come on, man. And we are going to lose to the Charlotte Hornets. 131 to 118. Scoot with 31. Simons with 25. Proctor with 15. Just not good. Miller with 33, 7, and 8. Forgot about Brandon Miller. That's brutal, man. Brandon Miller, by the way, 51, 42, 97. That's phenomenal. He turned into a really good player. And unfortunately, the Charlotte Hornets will win the NBA Finals. I mean, out of the 4 years or 5 years, got to the finals twice, won it once, and I really like this team that we finished with. I mean, Scoot's a 91, Shaden's a 90, and we're very young too. I mean, I think if we were to do another year, we'd probably move on from Ayton Simons, maybe find a superstar, get rid of the Murrays. We would probably completely change things around, but I think that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. And let me know in the comments below what other teams you guys want to see be rebuilt here on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.